There's the end of the music. Let's bring you into the game with me. Camera's working, that's a good sign. Let's just check volume levels. I think everything's okay. Let me know if there's any issues with the volume. Still can't see anything. Are you getting the weird green screen thing that people were getting last week? I hope not. Some people were getting a weird green screen thing last week. Hey there, Ian McLeod. Brandon Chan, Tony the TARDIS, William Ullum. Who else have I seen? Chip Peters, LMP Dragon. Welcome to you all. Anyone I've missed, I apologise. Feel free to say hi so that I see you again. And I think we're ready to go. So, hello everybody, I'm El Bristow. This is Ellitopia Gaming. Welcome back to KSP Live. Last week we started our new season, Season 5 of KSP Live, and we started it off with, a bang, in that we lost Jebediah Kerman, which was a bit of a shame. But we also got quite a bit done. We started a new tech tree, but within the space of one episode, we managed to unlock all of Tier 1, all of Tier 2, and we're starting to unlock Tier 3. We have 19 science. We need somewhat more than that. We have 177,000 funds. We also need somewhat more than that as well. So today we are hopefully going to be building on what we did last week. Achieve speeds exceeding 2,500 meters a second. Well, hopefully we'll be able to do that today. We managed successfully to do a ferrying mission, a VIP ferrying mission. There's a hitchhiker storage container at the launch site there. I think we might have to take that one because that's a really easy one to get some funds. Funds are quite important early on, so let's accept that. Let's just quickly grab. Let's grab a hitchhiker's containment unit, and we'll do that one quickly. Hang on, where's the hitchhiking containment unit? It's in there somewhere, isn't it? There it is. Ta-da! And let's... actually, we can probably just stick a Kerbal in that, can't we? Oh yes, our Kerbals! I have reintroduced our guest Kerbals, who are named by our donators, our contributors. Our earliest contributor is T. Harvey, and he is our resident scientist. We have Bleat Kerman, our most recent donator, who has taken the role of a female pilot. William Ullum is also one of our contributors via Patreon. He now has William Kerman, a pilot in our ranks, and Dallas Kerman, again a Patreon supporter. He's now a new engineer Kerman, so hopefully we'll be able to make use of those at some point during today's stream. This is a very simple not going anywhere mission, so let's take I'll tell you what, let's take Bill with us. And take Bob with us, why not? They're just going in that and then not really going anywhere. Have we named any? No, we haven't named any experimental craft yet, so this is just going to be an X1, an X-1 experimental craft, literally just for the sake of completing that contract. So let's just do that one quickly. Vessel has no remote controlled or manned command units. It won't be controllable. It will, because I've got Kerbals in it. I don't want it to be controllable anyway. Maybe I have to stick some kind of probe on it. I'll tell you what, we'll stick that new guidance cone probe thing on the top of it and save that, and we'll launch that. What are we going to build today? I don't know. We will have to see what the contracts lead us to. Hello, Bob. Hello, Bill. Oh, the ambient light's a bit high on that, isn't it? Oh no, that's just them in the cockpit. It's a bit bright. That's a bit strange. Okay. Right. So let's run the test. And there we go, that's that contract complete. 12,000 funds, 1 science, 1 reputation. Although I think we can also take a crew report from here. No, we've already got that one, but I think we can do a probe report or something, can't we? Yeah, here we go, probe report. Telemetry indicates that all systems are functioning nominally for 0.3 science. Well, better than a slap in the face. So let's recover that. $1 for me. Oh, is that via the via fan funding? If so, then thank you very much for that contribution. It's a shame that there's no like automatic notification system like you get with StreamTip and Twitch. No XP gains for those, but we did get some funds and we got a little bit of science, which is excellent. But yes, all contributions are very much gratefully received. If you include in the notes of your contribution the name that you would like your Kerbal to be called, then we can add that Kerbal into our game it'll be for next week's stream. If you've made a contribution already and you haven't included the name in there, then feel free to let me know in the live chat. If you're making a contribution via the actual YouTube channel, though, please do make sure that you put the name of the Kerbal that you would like added to the game in the notes of the contribution. Otherwise, YouTube don't actually tell me that you've made any contribution whatsoever. So if you've ever made a contribution and I haven't acknowledged it or I haven't put your Kerbal in, send me a private message via YouTube. Just to let me know, and I will check that with YouTube to make sure that your contribution doesn't get missed out. And all contributions are very much appreciated. Excuse me. That'll be those sweets I was shoving down my face before I started my live stream. That really was a bad idea. And I didn't bring a drink with me this evening either. That was a bit stupid. Right, so we completed that contract. Let's have a look at what we've got. Now, we could do another VIP ferrying thing, but that doesn't really get us any further down the tech tree, and we've got some funds available. Excuse me. So, shall we just go for orbit curbing? I think we will. I think we'll just go for orbit curbing. And let's just see if there's any of these we can do very, very easily. Test the Mark 1 inline cockpit. I don't want to use the inline cockpit because we haven't unlocked it yet. Solid fuel booster, in-flight over, altitude 18,000 to 20,000, 300 to 1,000. Not... That's a tricky one. That's a tricky one. When we've actually got the goal of orbiting Kerbin and setting a speed record of 2,500 meters a second as well. So let's get ourselves into orbit, shall we? Because that'll unlock some reputation, which will hopefully get us the moon mission and things like that we will most likely be wanting to head for later on in the stream. You guys, this is going to be our first craft getting into orbit. You're awesome. Well, thank you very much. I'll take that as you're so awesome. Thank you, Ian. I very much appreciate that. Yes, you guys in the YouTube chat, you guys need to come up with a name for our craft, which is going to be our first craft to go into orbit and hopefully return again safely. So you guys start coming up with a name for that. Names we've had before include the Olympus one. We've had the Spacebound. We've had the Starlight one. So none of those names will be acceptable, but feel free to come up with a suitable name for our new craft. Let's stick a parachute on this. There we go. Because we're going into orbit, we can stick some science stuff on here that isn't going to have to survive re-entry necessarily. Let's stick a heat shield on the bottom of there. Let's stick a stack decoupler on the bottom of there. Let's stick some sciencey things on the bottom of there. And a utility bay, a service bay rather. Let's get the service bay open. And let's get some more sciencey things put in there. So let's have, let's zoom in. Flip that over. Let's have two of those. Let's put those in there. There we go. Let's have a magnetometer. Whoops, that way. And we'll only want one of those. Like so. And we will rotate that. It does kind of stick out a little bit out the bottom, which is a shame, but we won't see that because it will have a stack decoupler attached to the bottom of it, which we might as well do now. There you go. No one would ever know. how do you get Kerbal Space Program? What you do is you buy it. It's available on Steam. I believe it's about $34 now, actually, now that it's in full release. My personal recommendation, either buy it directly from the KerbalSpaceProgram.com website or buy it from Humble Bundle. Because although it's basically the same price on Humble Bundle as it is on Steam, on Humble Bundle the developers and charities get a little bit of the money back from Humble Bundle. So Apollo Object Unknown, I like the sound of that. Stellar Grazer, yeah, quite like that. The Kerbal Craft, possibly. Right, what else do we need in here? We need a Communotron. Oh, we've got... oh, come on, what have I done? There we go. And let's do the same with this. Let's rotate this. Okay. We need to stick a thermometer in somewhere as well. We can do that. Oh, what the... There we go, that's better. And we could probably fit a battery in there as well, actually. We haven't unlocked batteries yet. Let's put a battery in. There we go, a little bit of clipping, but a little bit of clipping never hurt anyone. Well, actually, that's probably not strictly true. I'm sure there are certain things that can be clipped that would be quite painful. Let's, in case we do have to bring this thing back into the atmosphere with us, let's stick some... Why have I got the centre of mass on? I don't want that on. Stick some parachutes on there in case I do have to bring that back into the atmosphere with me. Project Awesomeness. That's a very suitable name. That's got some heat shielding on it, hasn't it? So if we come in with these together, we've got 3 parachutes. Those parachutes would need to fire with that. Ideally, I'd like to bring all of these in. Is the music a bit loud, by the way, or is it just that I've got my headphones turned up too loud? You guys, let me know if you can't hear me speaking properly. Let me know, and I'll tweak the settings. Okay, so what I'm thinking is maybe we could just leave this in orbit. If we stick a probe on it, could we possibly... No, that's too hacky, sorry. I'm not going to do that. It would be nice if we had one of those kind of disc-shaped probes. I could stick a probe on that and just leave that thing in orbit. But there we go. I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? We haven't unlocked any solar panels yet either, so that's a slightly fruitless exercise. Don't need landing legs. Probably don't need any life support stuff. Definitely don't need any flags. Might add one anyway, but we don't need any. So we've got everything from there. We don't have the orbital telescope, so the orbital telescope is a bit of a tricky one because it doesn't fit in here. So we'd have to add another one of those. I mean, we could do that. We could add a second service bay. Means that we'll need a bit more delta V to get this thing up there. But if we do that and open that one as well, and then put that on there, we could put that in there. Will that then close? It will. That's pretty handy. And then we could actually fit another... Well, we don't need any more batteries, do we? What do we need more batteries for? So let's close that. Close that. And there we go. We've got plenty of sciencey stuff in there. So that is going to be our payload. It's going to need some kind of enginery to maneuver while it's up there. Let's give it a couple of these, which will hopefully be completion and return of our orbit, and then one of those, and nope, not that, and then a whole bunch of these. The Kraken space. The Kraken? I'm not having anything called the Kraken. The Kraken space. One of those on the bottom. What's the thruster weight on that? Ooh, 1.38. It's not ideal. We can add some solids on there, but 1.38 is okay, I suppose, if we use that after the initial launch. Now, this is where things get a little bit tricky, because I always seem to build things that want to fly backwards. So let's get some winglets on here. Ideally we want the R8s, but we can't afford the we haven't unlocked the R8s yet. So if I do that, then that should hold that stable, but for some reason we seem to be able to spin this thing on its backside very, very easily. But there we go. Let's have some radial decouplers. See, we've got these mini radial decouplers as well, which I haven't used. I'm not really too sure what the purpose of those is. They have a much lower... there we go. Zoom in. Much lower kind of explosive rate. But then we've got these guys, which really need to be attached. No, they need to be attached to the big ones, really, don't they? So, I mean, this thing's definitely going to be going into orbit, because we're going to absolutely ram this thing full of solid boosters. Because we can, so why the heck not? So let's have some normal radial decouplers, and we'll attach them up here somewhere. The iPhone rocket, that's a bit of a random name. Let's go there, and then we'll use the offset thingy to move it down a bit. There we go. So that brings our centre of mass way, way back. Actually, we don't need 4, do we? What do we need 4 for? That's just overkill, really. Let's take... Oh, hang on. Right, let's take that off, and we'll make that 2. And we'll just put 2 of these on. 4334 delta V. That's not bad. That's not bad. And then aerodynamics, let's stick some nose cone on there. Nice bit of nose cone. There we go. Have you played Splatoon? I've not played Splatoon. Actually, I'm not really aware as to what Splatoon is. So feel free to point that out to me. Well, I don't see anything else that we need to be adding to this rocket. We have pretty much everything we want. We can add some flags to it, can't we? Let's add a flag to the back of this. That's the indented. There we go. Curved flag. There we go. There's the Ellitopia flag. Should we add some down here as well? Why not? Why not, eh? Yeah, we'll put it over that. No, we won't. We'll put it there. There we go. The Ellitopia flag. So, this thing has enough delta V to get us into space. Let's check our staging. Whoops, a thing popped up on my screen. Right, so those 2 fire, and they detach. That one will have to fire as they detach. Then that will detach. Then that will have to fire. Will that have to fire when that detaches? No, maybe it won't. We may be able to do those separately. Then that detaches, that, and that, and that, and that, and that. Okay. Now, do we want some extra parachutes on things? I think we probably do. So we've got to try and recover some things. I don't know whether they'll survive or not, but stage recovery should be able to handle that kind of thing for us. So let's put some parachutes on there, and we'll put some parachutes on there, and we'll put some parachutes on there. Okay, now these ones can just be normal chutes. They will be fine. because they'll be ditched off relatively quickly. These will be ditched off hopefully quite high up, so we need to be careful that they don't open too early. So we'll put those at 0.55. Can't remember what I did last week. 0.55 with an altitude of 750. That'll do. And we'll do the same. Whoa, there's some lag. What's that all about? That was weird. So let's put that at 0.55 as well. And about 750. 800. 700. Come on, 750. There we go. That's some weird lag on those pop-out window things. And then this one we can kind of control a bit, but in fact, no, why not just set that as well? We'll do that at 0.55 and at 750. Look at it. That lag's terrible. What's going on with that? It didn't even take my click. There we go. 800, 750, and 0.55, please. There we go. Okay, so that's all those parachutes sorted out. We have enough Delta V. We have all sorts of stuff here that's good. Oh, these are all wrong though. So, right, these fire. Then we want the parachutes that are on them to fire there. And then that engine fires, and then when that goes, we want those parachutes to fire, which is there. And then those parachutes are right up there, so why would I want them firing right down there? And that's that one, I believe. So that detaches and they fire. There we go. Okay. Craft. Craft. Right, so let's come up with it. Let's have a look through the names. Let's see what we've had suggested. We have had Stellar Grazer. We have had the Fighter. We've had the Heat Signature. The Furs. We've had the Crack in Space. Firefighters 5. Okay. Fly Gunner. The iPhone Rocket. Spy. Kerbal on top of the craft. I'll put a Kerbal on top of the craft. Oh, right. I can't actually yet because we haven't unlocked the Kerbal seat thing. The envelope to space. My favourite out of those so far has been the Stellar Grazer. I think we're going to go with the Stellar Grazer 1. So Stellar Grazer is a manned orbital craft designed purely to sit in orbit and return. There we go. For those of you who weren't watching last week, we're naming all of our launch craft based on kind of the role that they take. So, oh yeah, let's save it. So we had like our first experimental launch craft, then we had our first suborbital craft, which was I think the Spacebound, and then the Starlight 1 was our first tourist craft. So then this one, the Stellar Grazer 1, is going to be our first orbital craft. And any future manned orbital craft that is designed purely to go into orbit and then return will be a Stellar Grazer craft. So there we go, our craft is named. Who have we got piloting our craft? No, Bill, you are not piloting the craft. Unfortunately, we don't have Jeb. Valentina's got some experience, but I'm thinking maybe we'll take Bleat or William. And since William appears to be watching this evening, I think William can be our pilot. Thank you, William Ullum, for your contribution. So we're going to save, and we are going to go out to the launch pad with the Stellar Grazer 1. Oh, by the way, having mentioned the contributions that we've received, the financial contributions that I've received from our viewers, I'd also like to mention this contribution, my Taco Cat T-shirt, which was contributed to me by a friend of mine in Washington DC. It says, by the way, it says Taco Cat backwards is Taco Cat, and it has a picture of Taco Cat on it. So thank you for the T-shirt as well. So here we are on the launch pad with the Stella Grazer 1 and William Kerman, our pilot. We are going to stick our SAS on. We are going to stick our throttle to 100%, and hopefully we are going to launch this thing into orbit without it doing cartwheels and somersaults on the way, which is quite frankly possible and likely. So here we go. 3, 2, 1, launch. We are away. It's already a little bit wobbly. It's wobbled in the right direction though, so that's not terrible. Oh, it's wobbled a bit too quickly in that direction, if you ask me. Let's see if we can try and correct that just a little bit without the thing doing cartwheels. Okay, well, we are struggling a little bit. We don't have a lot of control over it. Yeah, it doesn't feel like this is going quite how I want it to. Hopefully when the solid booster, those solid boosters are far too powerful. Come on, come on, come on. Hurry up and run out of fuel so that we can turn the throttle down. Come on. Oh, there we go. Right. We dump those off. What? Radial mount parachute chute destroyed by aero forces and heat. Why? Let's turn the throttle down. We don't need the throttle up that high at the moment. Let the atmosphere slow us down a bit. Not slow us down, but stop us accelerating quite so hard. So we probably lost one of those solid tanks. Actually, the angle's ended up not too bad. I have got my hand hard on the button to turn. I have absolutely no control over the turn at the moment. I think it's because of those fins that we've got at the back. That will get better as we get higher, but at the moment there's not a lot I can do about it. The atmosphere is really killing us. Let's try reducing the thrust a little bit, see if that gives us any extra control. And likewise, let's have a look at where our APO is. See, our APO's only at 26. We're way too low. We're starting to get a little bit of control now. Now that the atmosphere's thinning on us, we have a little bit of control. Not a lot, just a little bit. It's starting to let me pull up a bit. I should have brought the Kerbal engineer part with me, really, shouldn't I? 30. It's not enough, is it? It's not good enough. We're picking up heat now because we are too low in the atmosphere. We need to nose up. Come on, little rocket. Come on, William. If this all goes wrong, I'm blaming William. Let's stop accelerating a bit. Let's slow the thrust down. Come on. Let's get us out of the soup. Come on, out of the soup. No, you still want to pull us down. The atmosphere's still too thick for you, is it? We really need R8s or something like that. At this rate, we are going to reach the Apo far too early. Although if I can hold this angle, we might just about... No, we're going to run out of fuel, aren't we? We might not be going to space today. We're not going down yet. We're about to be, though. No, we are not going to manage it, are we? No, we are going down, I think. What's going on here? Oh, we've managed to recover radial decoupler, the solid fuel booster, and the nose cone. Wow, we managed to actually recover those. I thought it said that the... Yeah, no, we're going down, aren't we? Right, let's conserve the fuel. Let's turn that off. Let's let the atmosphere slow us down. I still would like to turn around, but I don't think that's going to happen, do you? See, that's going to say unsafe to deploy, which it certainly is at this point. Let's dump that engine off. That's got its own parachutes, and then we will be able to turn around, which will mean we are able to make use of the heat shielding better. Well, that's a bit too far. Could you perhaps come back? And level out, maybe? Right, okay. So, we managed to spin it around. Wonder if I can blow the doors off this. Let's open that off. Can I use the... It should be shielded in there, so hopefully I can use this. Ah, it's not suitable for atmospheric flight or on the surface. Okay, so close the shutter again. We might as well close that. Anything else we can get from up here? I think we've already got mystery goo from the upper atmosphere. Well, we can take a little bit of science from that. We haven't got a temperature reading from up here, actually. So let's log the temperature. Temperature slightly cooler than the fiery pits of hell. Yep, that covers it. Temperature scan from Kerbin's upper atmosphere. So keep that. And we must already have a crew report from the upper atmosphere. Yeah. Materials bay? Suppose we could get a materials bay reading from up here. Yep, oops. The rarefied air caused interesting changes to gel samples. It seems like something is happening with the interior structure. Let's keep that. By the way, this is not the advised way to handle your science gathering. I would recommend you do it from the safety of a craft that is not burning and on the brink of falling to pieces. I'm not opening the parachutes yet, they'll just rip straight off. See, unsafe. Definitely unsafe at this point. I can use the engines to slow us down, actually. I've got fuel in these, haven't I? Let's activate the engines. There we go. Let's just hope that they don't overheat themselves. I mean, this thing probably will slow down. We're coming down at a decent angle. I mean, when we're sub 1000, then we got... Yeah, we got no problems. Let's cut that. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. Weird bug with the smoke that comes up behind the engine where you've just fired. We're gonna be fine. Oh, we recovered the fuel tank, the liquid fuel engine, the winglets. Wow, we recovered all of that. That was pretty good as well. Less than 12. Okay, so we can clear that off. And then we can dump this in sections, and this will hopefully all... this will all land safely. So actually, we've not... Aside from the fuel, we haven't really wasted any money, which is good. Yeah, I'm kind of stuck to this engine at the moment. Can I get off of it, please? I'd like to wiggle free of this engine, if you don't mind. I'd rather not be attached to it as we drop to the ground. Get off! Get off! Right, well anyway, I need to dump that. There we go. And we'll fire our parachute as well. There we go. Everything's safe. Everything is going to survive, is it not? Everything is awesome. Everything is cool when you're part of a spacecraft. Apart from when you're re-entering the atmosphere. So, our pod is definitely safe. Let's hope that those parts are going to... survive when their parachutes pop. There goes one. In fact, yes, they look like they are indeed safe. Excellent. Right, let's speed up time a little bit then. Let's come down. Give those parts a chance to come down with us as well. Skabloosh. Skabloosh? Spaloosh. Whatever. Yeah, splash. So, William Ullum has returned safely from an unsuccessful flight, but, as they say, anything you walk away from is a success. I think we've already had EVA reports from the water, haven't we? Yeah. And, oops, sploosh. Wake up. Yeah, okay, so we've already had all those. So let's board. Board, there we go. And have they landed down yet? No, they haven't. Let's give them a chance to land down. Hang on, let's zoom out. And we can come behind them. There we go. Down they come. Ooh, they're in a bit of an odd formation. Oh, where'd they gone? There they are. Because they're still kind of attached to each other. Let's see if this does the weird bug where the parachutes don't disappear. Come on, splash down. What's that up there? Is that the moon up there? No, that's not the moon. What am I on about? Is that Minmus up there? I think it might be. Come on, splash down safely, please. Yep, they've done that weird thing. Oh well, at least we should be able to recover them. So I'm going to recover our vessel, which is William and the pod. And then we may have to recover them separately. But there we go. Successful survival mission. But not successful in that it didn't actually get us to orbit. Hopefully we didn't lose too much in the way of funds. I believe it cost us 28,000 to send up. What have we recovered? We gained 0.1 science from the recovery of the craft. 3,409 from the pod itself. 1 XP gained for William Kerman. Well done him. Let's go to here and get everything else recovered. Stage recovery obviously recovered some of our parts. Where's the rest of our parts? Did stage recovery automatically recover those as well? Maybe it did. I haven't configured the buttons on this window. Let's do that. Close. Unlock position and size. You can go... you can go up there. And lock. Okay, so let's exit that. So what's our fun situation like then? We should have about... we should have over 200. 195. So we have lost some funds somewhere along the line. Obviously we've lost the funds from the fuel itself, but I thought all the stages that we disconnected survived and should have been recovered. Maybe we didn't have quite as much as I thought I did. Can anyone remember how many funds we had before we started that mission? Because I can't. I don't remember. But this costs 28, so if we launch it again, it will cost us another 28. The problem is that we didn't have enough control over this thing. We couldn't pull it off center. We couldn't pull it where we needed it to go. Oh, how many science points have we got? Hold on. That will tell us if everything was recovered correctly, because we should have more than 20 science points. No. Right, so what happened to the materials bay? Oh, look, there's still debris. And it says landed and splashed down. Okay. Starlight 1 debris. Okay, that's random. It was right near the Stellar Grazer debris. That's where the first one landed. So we can recover that. That's some extra funds. That's nice. And Stellar Grazer debris, recover that. And recover that. That's more like it. There we go. Look, we've got 52 science now. We can unlock something. And we're back over. We're up to 212,000. That's more like it. Okay. So... So we lost, I think we had 227, so we've lost about 15,000 in fuel, which is not terrible. It's quite bad, but maybe we didn't have 227. 227. No, maybe it wasn't quite that high. Right, anyway, we can unlock some more parts down here. Because these are 45 each. Now, flight control would give us the reaction wheel and the R8 winglets, which we desperately need. So I think we're going to go for that. We've also got the radial controller panel, which I don't really know. It's a probe, basically, but you can just attach to the side of the rocket, which is very handy. But I don't know that we have a practical use for it. Oh, we could put it in the... We could put it in the service module, in the service bay. Right, well, anyway, we're going to research that, because we need the R8 and we need the reaction wheels. So let's close that and go back, and we will modify the Stellar Grazer so that we have a little bit more control over it. And quite a lot more control over it we should have. So let's come up here first of all. Now, oops, excuse me, Kerbal Engineer. Let's drop this down. And we'll go to the command and control section, and we'll take the small inline reaction wheel, which is too small. Plop. Forgot about that. And that one's small as well. Okay. Well, thankfully, we have tweak scale, so we can do that, and we can tweak scale it up. Doink! There we go. So that now gives us the torque that we need. I'm glad that I added tweak scale. Let's take those off. And we can replace those with the R8s. This is making our craft somewhat more expensive, but if it completes the mission, so be it. And it will be the Stellar Grazer 2. That should be it, really, shouldn't it? Now, in theory... Ah, yeah, we haven't got the solar panels, have we? Sorry, no, we can't. We don't want to add a probe into that because we haven't got solar panels to charge it up, and it will run out of battery, and that'll be useless to us. Should we add a Kerbal Engineer part in here? Yeah, let's do that. Let's open this, and we'll add a Kerbal Engineer in here. Is it going to go anywhere that we can see it? We only want one of them. It's not going to let me place it anywhere where I can actually see it. Well, that's great, isn't it? Ah, because I need to do that. There we go. There we go. There's the Kerbal Engineer part. No options on that one. Close that door. Shut that door. So now we'll have running totals for our Apo and our Peri and our Delta V and all that kind of thing. So there's the Stellar Grazer 2, sorry. Actually, our Delta V is a little bit on the low side now. These were a bit too powerful, weren't they? So let's reduce their thrust to weight down a bit. Let's go to like there. Because we were burning up in the atmosphere before they burnt out. What else? What else? We could do with a little bit more Delta V, couldn't we? But we're going to lose thrust to weight on here. I mean, that's already only 1.28 on the thrust to weight, which is a little bit low. If I do that, how much does that knock off? So that puts our thrust to weight back up and gives us 3831. But then I could add some more solids. I could add a couple of hammers rather than thumpers. Just to give us that extra little bit of kick. And we can do those with the mini radials. Something like doink, doink, and doink. Aerodynamics not being such an issue with those. That puts us to 4131, which is good. Thrust to weight on those would be really too low, but we can do that there and that up there, and then add some parachutes to those that we've just added. On the top, in fact, we could do that. And they will go there with that. 4060, so over 4,000 Delta V. That should be enough to get us into orbit, providing we can maintain control of this craft. So there we go. We're going to save that. That is the Stellar Grazer 2. William, thank you for your services. We're going to take you out and we're going to replace you with our other guest pilot, which is Bleat Kerman. So give the girls a chance. Although I'm pretty sure that Bleat, who actually made the contribution, might be a guy. So I apologise for that. But Bleat was a very much unisex name. So if you happen to be watching this, I apologise. If you wanted a male Kerbal, perhaps stick a comment in and maybe I can change it later. So this is the Stellar Grazer 2. We have saved it. We're taking it out to the launch pad. Hopefully this thing will get us into orbit. I'm going to eat sweet. I have jelly sea creatures of some description. Okay. You can probably hear that, can't you? I'll step back a second. There we go. Very tasty that was. Okay, so here we are on the launch pad with the Stellar Grazer 2 with Bleat Kerman in the pilot seat. Hopefully this thing will have much more control than the previous attempt, and will hopefully still get us into space. So SAS is going on. Our throttle is going to 100%. Here we go. I didn't do any kind of countdown, did I? Never mind. We are going straight up this time, which is good. Very, very slight easterly tilt to it, but we should be able to control that. Those first solid boosters are probably about to die. Yeah, here we go. Bomb. Pop them off. Whoa, that was wrong. Okay. Well, they're missiles now. Yeah, slight mistake there. Whoa, where we have a lot of control over this. Right, we may now not have enough delta V for this one. Yes, those small boosters should have been on a different stage for sure. So thank you for those of you who are now belatedly pointing that out to me in the chat. This is a bit of a banana, isn't it? It's a bit of a wobbler, this one. But hopefully we might actually still have enough delta V to get this thing into orbit. Oh, things are being recovered. We have got stages being recovered. Our Apo's at 44 already. 46. We're now coming down on 45 degrees. So we can hold it there for a second. Let's have a look at these being recovered. That's the hammers, that's the small ones. So the thumpers haven't landed yet, evidently. Goodness me, our Apo, we can drop this right down. Our Apo is nearly at 70,000 already. Do I have a Wii U? I do not have a Wii U. I have an original Wii. I don't have a Wii U, I'm afraid. Apo is at 70,000. That engine in the middle isn't going to be enough to circularize our orbit out, is it? Apo is coming up on 76. Okay, well, let's ditch that off. Bring the throttle right down on this stage. That will hopefully get recovered without too much of a problem. We are going to be a little bit low on our orbit, but that's not the end of the world. 76,000 Apo, 65,000 currently, so we'll start burning when we get out of the atmosphere, obviously. How far are we from the Apo? Yeah, I don't think this engine's going to have enough fuel to get us into orbit. Ditching those solid boosters when we did really was not the ideal scenario. Oh, you're off, William Ullum. Okie dokie. Thanks for stopping by. And see you next time, maybe. Right, we're now in orbit. Let's activate this engine. We're not in orbit, sorry. We're in space. We're coming up to the Apo. We'll activate this engine to see if we've got absolutely any chance of actually circularizing our orbit. We might as well put our throttle right up. Any chance at all? Absolutely any chance at all? No. There is definitely not enough fuel in that. Okay. So, back to the drawing board on that one. However, we are in space, so let's get a crew report from here. No, we've already got one from here. Okay. Let's open things while we're still in space. Let's open the shutter. There's the thermometer from the telescope. Let's log the observations. A closer look at Kerbin's water confirms that it is indeed blue. We can transmit that, so let's do that because we've got loads of battery power. Let's get a magnetometer reading. We've probably already got one from up here, and we'll get a mystery goo reading while that one's going out. We'll keep that. Log that. Nope, we've already got that. Okay, reset that, toggle that back in. We won't have a temperature reading up here, so let's get that. Log the temperature. Seriously, you want to know the temperature now? We're in space. Who cares? 8 science for that. I already had a crew report, didn't I? That's about all we've got. Materials bay. Why did I put a flag on the front of that as well? The microgravity has greatly affected the growth of the crystalline structures. Loose objects are also flying around the bay in a very messy but fascinating way. 25 science for that. Keep that. That's about all we can do. So let's close that and close that. And we will probably be heading back. Yeah, we're going to be heading back into the atmosphere, and it's going to be another water landing, isn't it? Although, if we get our timing right, we're over water at the moment, but if we get our timing right, we can get another telescope reading. Oh no, we're in the atmosphere. Okay, so we can't do that. Let's close that then. And hopefully we can just recover all the science from the other modules. Is there any... There's no fuel left in our engine, is there? No. So we might as well ditch that. We'll shake that off. You go over there. Get off! What are you doing? Get off! That's a bit weird. Oh, you know what's happened? Yeah, we attached the telescope to the that down there instead of to the actual service bay. That was a bit stupid. Oh well. Let's get ourselves pointing in the right direction again. Let's point this way. And then we'll hopefully be slowed down by the atmosphere. That's going to go off somewhere else now. And we are going to hopefully land safely in the water. It's a shame that it's another water landing because we could have got some more science. But there we go. We might as well speed things up while we're coming down. There we go. Let's get ourselves pointing retrograde properly so that that heats up and not us. These are heat shielded to a certain degree. I don't know how much. And these parachutes have a tendency to want to burn off, so hopefully that won't be an issue. Oh, what did we recover? Stacked a couple of fuel tank, radial mount, Reliant liquid fuel engine. The 7 fuel. Oh, that was the previous stage. Okay, so that's okay. That's been recovered safely. Where's the... Oh, it's up there. Okay, the other section that we just dumped off is right up there somewhere. So we're being slowed much quicker by the... Whoa, 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 whoa. We've spun around. Can we rectify that? No. Oh, there it goes. Okay, we are darting now. I'd rather not be darting. And as the atmosphere gets thicker, that's going to be harder to turn. Especially at these speeds. Can we maybe use the atmosphere to pull our nose up a bit? Slow our descent. Yeah, we can. Yeah, we can. That's good. That's good. That's nice. We can kind of fly this capsule that has no wings. We have a certain element of control over it. That's kind of... We're now going up. Look at that. That's one aerodynamic log. That was a bit bizarre. Okay, now we're going down. That was really bizarre. Okay, so 7,000 meters. We can ditch this stage. Do we want to ditch this stage? Might be a good idea actually if we keep it attached, and we'll use the parachutes on all 3 sections. Let's activate those. Let's get ourselves pointing retrograde. There we go. And then we'll land gently and we'll be able to activate that last mystery goo and the magnetometer in the water. There go those 2 drogue chutes. They will slow us mostly down, and then our centre chute will go... Oh, when I actually press the button for it to go. That's... and then that I think pops at will probably pop at 1,000 because I don't think I edited that, and then these will pop at 750 because I did edit them. There goes that one, and there go those 2. There we go. So let's bring ourselves down now, nice and slowly, nice and gently. Let's get ourselves properly retrograde. There we go. So another kind of semi-successful mission, but still not actually successful in the way we wanted it to be successful. However, we know what we did wrong on that one because the solid boosters were staged off when they really should not have been. And sploosh, we survived. So let's see if we've already taken a mystery goo from the water. We have, but we can take another bit. Magnetometer. Log. Hey, that's new science. An accurate reading of the local magnetic field is recorded. 2 science for that. And a temperature scan. We've already got a temperature scan there, haven't we? So let's toggle that back in. Spin this craft around. And we'll get Bleat out. You swim round, Bleat. And you can empty out the... typical, it's the other side. Okay, you can empty out the thermometer. Take the thermometer reading. Oops. There we go. Take data. Then come back here and get back in. Grab and board. And then we can take another temperature reading from the water. 3.2. The water is colder than the surrounding air. Okay. 3.2 science for that. Keep that. And recover this vessel. So again, not a complete waste of a mission because we've picked up some science. And Bleat's probably picked up some XP as well. 63 science again. Goodness me. Oh, that was the materials bay, wasn't it? That was 25 science on its own. There we go. 11,500 funds recovered just from the pod, etc. 1 XP gained for Bleat. That's good. Reputation of 161. My goodness, that's not bad. Let's just make sure that we've picked up all the debris because I don't think we have. There we go. Stellar Grazer 2 debris, which landed all the way over there for some reason. Recover. Okay, so current status is 189,000 funds. 63 science and 161 reputation. 189,000. So we are spending a fair chunk on each of these launches, aren't we? So we want to make sure that the next one is a definite success. Hey there, Tony. Do I want to hear a joke? Go on then, tell me a joke. While you're writing that joke out, we'll have a look in here. We can do aviation to unlock the propellers and the wheels for the early space planes. We can do general construction to unlock the launch stability enhancer, the struts, and some of the K&K parts, which is the alternative colonization mod that I've got running. Structural fuselage. This is also some of the Kerbal attachment system mods. What's that? MRS decoupler 2.5 meter stack low profile. Okay. Or we've got advanced rocketry, which is the Sparkler engine, the Terrier liquid fuel engine, the Thud engine, and the fuel tank. Yeah, I don't get it, Tony. Sorry. What do we want? What do we want? Aviation. Aviation. General construction. No, we can do without struts for now. God made life, but the rest was made in China. Fair enough. Now that I get. Right. See, I'm tempted to go for this one because of the Terrier. Because we're trying to get into orbit, which we possibly... Oops. Bashed the microphone. We possibly would have done if we had the Terrier engine instead of that heavy chunk that we took with us this time. And if we hadn't staged off the solid fuel boosters. Space planes would be nice, but maybe we'll do that on the next circuit. I mean, it would also be nice to come down here and get the solar panels and things. Photovoltaic truss. Deployable solar panel. Interesting. 4 a second, 39 a minute, 21 a minute. There's another one there. 2IX stat, 1x2s welded together. Madness. Okay. Yes, I mean, it would be nice to be able to unlock electrics, but that's 90 science, and we don't have 90 science, and I'm thinking that advanced rocketry might be the way to go to get that science, so I'm going to unlock that one. And we're going to go and modify the... Modify this. Come on, there we go. The Stellar Grazer 2 to make the Stellar Grazer 3. And hopefully we will come out with more than 4,060 meters a second of delta V just by taking that off, putting that over there, and unlocking that and putting that on there. And that back on gave us an extra 600 meters per second of delta V by changing an engine. That's quite incredible, really. Now let's modify this design here, because this should not have been attached to the thingamawhat's-it. So I'm going to attach it to the top of that one this time. There we go. It should not have been attached to this stack decoupler. So let's close that, and there we go. So that's that bug fixed as well. Well, I mean, that's given us 4,600 meters a second of delta V. Let's get the staging right on here. Let's put those parachutes there and those decouplers there. And then that's all separate. Good. So this is going to be the Stellar Grazer 3. Who should we take as our pilot on this mission? Everyone's got 1 XP this time. Go on, let's take Valentina with us this time. Let's call it the Stellar Grazer Ultimate. Well, maybe. Although I'm sure we could probably add more to it later down the line if we were going to call it the ultimate. It's not really the ultimate. It's the ultimate of the current technology that we have, but it's not the ultimate that we could have later on, because we could add more science gathering things to it. We can add batteries and solar panels and all sorts to it. Oh, and I'm going to take one of these flags off. We've got Valentina in there, okay. And there should only have been one of you. There we go, so that you're not over the front of the materials bay. There we go. Those 2 flags are still on there, good. Should we add some more flags? Should we add some more? Come on then, let's add a couple onto here as well. Just in case they land in... Why can't you see them? Why can't you see them? That's a bit weird. Random. Well, I can do that. And then click the flag and bring it out. If I take it down, can I then... There we go. There we go. Right. There we go. 2 flags. There we go. Right. What am I playing? This is Kerbal Space Program. Welcome, Colby Boyd. Welcome, welcome. Okay, Stellar Grazer 3. So let's save that and take this out to the launch pad. Let's just check the staging. Hold on. They go... Ooh, yeah, they all go together. That's fine. And then they drop off on their own. Then they drop off... Yeah. Okay. Right. Out to the launch pad with the Stellar Grazer 3. Hello. There we go. A bit wobbly, but let's get our SAS on. Let's get our throttle up. And Valentina Kerman is hopefully going to be the first Kerbal in orbit of this career, of this save game. So, here we are. This is the Stellar Grazer 3. We are ready to launch with Valentina Kerman in 3, 2, 1, go. We are away. We're away very fast. Very too fast. Whoops. That's too fast. Oh dear. That's like burning up on the atmosphere on the way out. Fast. They're done. Off they go. Away cleanly. Good. Chute destroyed by aero forces and heat. Meh. Hopefully they'll still survive. Let's start turning a little bit. There's a lot of pressure on these. They are generating some heat. I'm his sonny boy Lucas. Okay. Ah, here we go. They are gone. And the parachutes came out straight away. That was pretty cool. So, now we need to get this thing over to 45 degrees. Very much better launch than before. Lots of Delta V left. Come on. Get over to 45 degrees. Wow, actually, our thruster weight has now gone sky high, and our APO is almost outside the atmosphere. I think we're going to orbit, guys. Our APO is now at 70, so we can shut this right the way down. And we will push our APO up as the stars appear. Why can't I talk sometimes? We're going to push our APO to about 80. There is 80. We'll go a little bit higher than 80 actually, because the atmosphere is still slightly fighting against us. 83, that'll do. And then we'll tick down a little bit as we come out of the... Oh, mind you, we're out of the atmosphere now. So, we are in space. We are outside the atmosphere. Let's get ourselves horizontal. Let's have a look at our current trajectory. Yeah, we've got a lot of work to do to get us into orbit, but I believe we have the Delta V. Can you make me famous on you as well as my friend Ben? Make you famous. Well, it depends how many people are watching, but hello, Colby Boyd and his friend Ben. Welcome to the stream. There you go, you're now famous among the people who are watching currently. And if I leave that in for the YouTube highlights, that will make you marginally famouser as well. Congratulations on your probably 20 minutes of fame. Okay, coming up to the Apo. Bam! Let's fire that. And let's hopefully watch our periapsis come out of the planet. Liquid fuel is nearly out on this stage. Still got a fair way to go before we're in orbit. There goes that. Let's ditch that. Fire that engine. Let's nudge the... Alright, no, that's pushing our Apo down, isn't it? So let's try. I'm trying to direct this so that we are directing as much energy as possible to pushing our peri out rather than our Apo. Okay, our peri is outside of the planet. Let's reduce... Whoa, there we go. We are now in orbit officially, but not in a stable orbit. A little bit more. Come on. A little bit more, and we will have our peri at 70. What's going on? Come on. Where are we then? Oh, we've just passed our peri. Okay. Well, let's do this in that case. Is that right? Hang on. Yeah, that's right. Let's get ourselves into stable orbit. $69. Our Apo's got quite high, but there we go. That's 70,000. We are officially in orbit. In a stable orbit. There will be no crashing and burning and dying for at least the next 5 minutes. My name is Lucas. I'm his son. I mean you, Tuob. Huh? Sorry. Don't really understand that. My name is Lucas. Well, welcome, Lucas. I'm his son. Who's he? I mean you, Tuob. I'm sorry. I don't really follow you. So we're in orbit and we have fuel and things left. Let's get this open. Actually, we just missed some land. Let's toggle the shutter. If we do this, it actually takes pictures of underneath us, which let's make it more realistic and actually turn the telescope so it's facing it. We just missed that little outcropping of land there, which is a shame, but we'll be over another one very shortly. Let's speed up time until we are, and then we can get some science from above there. And I believe we get 100% science from that. Currently above water. Come on. We should be above shores, or... There we go. There's shores. Transmit that. And now we're above grassland. So let's log grasslands as well. A few trees are visible, scattered on the surface. 6 science for that. Transmit that because it's another 100%. We've got plenty of battery power at the moment. Let's clear some of this. Stage recovered, stage recovered, stage recovered, stage recovered. Stage recovered. Orbit Kerbin! We didn't tell the recovery team that you'd be staying in space, so they're still looking. Great job. 68,504 funds makes it all worthwhile. 12 science and 30 reputation. Hopefully, that will be enough to unlock the moon missions. Let's see if we toggle the magnetometer. Is it just in space near when we get that, or do we get different ones for biomes? No, it's just in space near. So let's toggle that back in, and we've already got all the mystery goo science from here. Meh, can get another 2.3. We can get a crew report, but we've already got that one. We can't EVA here because we haven't unlocked that technology yet. Materials bay 5.5. Probably get more than 5.5 if we do it on the land once we're down, I imagine. Yeah. So temperature we already got. Yeah, we might be able to get another temperature at some point. However, we're about to go up to here, which will be in space far from Kerbin, so that will give us a whole new bunch of science that we can pick up. So let's speed up time and get up there. Have you been noticed by Senpai? Hey there, Ben Hanshu. Welcome, welcome. You must be the Ben that Colby Boyd was talking about, who is apparently called Lucas. Next week I should make a space station. Well, maybe, depending on how the science goes, if we unlock the right parts for a space station. But there we go. We are now in space high over Kerbin. Let's see if we can get a telescope reading from here. Trees, mountains, rivers. Who knew there was more to Kerbin than the KSC? While in space high over. Okay, we can transmit that. Let's get mystery goo from up here. Mystery goo and Badlands seem like a bad combination to you. Rather than opening a Pandora's box, you forego the experiment and make up some data to send back to the KSC. 15 science, okie doke. Out goes the magnetometer. And let's log that data. 7.5 science. Kerbin's magnetic field spans several planetary radii, protecting its atmosphere from the solar wind and cosmic radiation. We can get 100% for that as well. We must be, yeah, we're running a bit low on power though now, so let's keep that. Let's toggle that back in. Let's get a crew report quickly. You really are high as a kite. Rocket Man! Maybe higher. Keep data and observe the mystery the materials bay. You consider how nice it is to be in the lab rather than in the Badlands below you. Keep that data. So that's... Can we get a thermometer reading from here? Log temperature. We can, okay. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible, as there is no matter around to be either hot or cold, except the spacecraft and the thermometer itself. This is probably going to give the R&D guys something to think about for a while. That is a report that we will see a few times, I believe, because we can actually use the thermometer in space. Space! I'm the friendly Ellitopian dragon, by the way. Hey yo! Okay, so we're pretty much near the Apo, so let's get ourselves pointing retrograde. And while we still have some battery power left, let's burn our engines to bring our Peri back inside the atmosphere, and there we go. That's it. That's that done already. We'll take it down to about 35, I guess. And that should be sufficient for... There we go. There's 34.5. That should get us home safely, hopefully. Valentina may get some... She probably will get some XP from this. She may indeed be sent to level 1 for going into space high above Kerbin. Go away. I clicked you to go away. That's it. We achieved that goal. We haven't exceeded 2,500 meters a second. Fair enough. I'm guessing... Well, we will do that at some point. We'll probably do that on our way to the moon, I imagine. So, let's speed up time, shall we? And get ourselves heading back home. What's that? Oh, electric charge depleted. Well, that's fair enough. We don't... Oh, we kind of do need it. Ah, that's not good. Hopefully we can still stage and fire parachutes. Hopefully. Because I know we can't control where the rocket's going to go from this point on. Oh. We had a smidge, a margin of power left, apparently. Enough for me to tell it to turn around. Unless that just happens to be what the atmosphere is doing to us. Hopefully the atmosphere will level us out, pointing something like retrograde. I don't know. No, I don't think it's going to. We're going to dart, aren't we? We're going to be darting through the atmosphere. Let's hope we don't burn up. Which is very much a possibility. We could have taken more another telescope reading, couldn't we? Probably. Although I don't think... Did we not transmit the last one? I don't remember. I don't remember what we did. Here we go. This is where it's going to get hairy. We could see... I don't want to say it. I'm going to stay quiet. I'm not going to say where I think this is going to end up going. We're facing the wrong direction to use the fuel that's in that engine. And we have no battery power, so we probably can't turn the engine on anyway. I'm hoping that we can ditch... I'll tell you what, let's try it. Oh, we can. Okay, so we can still use staging. I thought that was going to spin me round then. It didn't. So that hopefully will be recoverable. That debris. We have no control over this craft at this stage. And we are getting very hot. We are over 2,500 meters a second, so have we picked up... We haven't picked up that speed record. The atmosphere is slowing us down, but I have a feeling we might lose one or more of our parachutes before we reach the ground. Hopefully it will only be one, because we can land with two. This does not bode well at this point. I am concerned. Even the crew thing has got a yellow heat warning on it, and we've got a long way to go. I mean, it worked in Gravity, but let's face it, Gravity was an unrealistic movie. Currently, we just look like a bullet. And at some point, that bullet is probably going to go bang. We've got a heat shield on the bottom of our pod. I mean, we could ditch this stage and hope that the pod spins round. In fact, that might be the best move. Aha! The pod spun round. Okay, so Valentina at least is going to be safe. We've left debris kind of scattered all over the place. Looks like we're going to be landing on land relatively near the Kerbal Space Center. Which is there, isn't it? Or are we going to miss it? Are we going to go over it? No, I think we're going to land right near the Kerbal Space Center. That'll be a first. So we will probably be slowing down faster than all this stuff behind us, which looks like it's surviving at this point. Which is quite impressive. Hopefully that debris will survive and we'll be able to reclaim all that science, otherwise we've lost a fair chunk of science there. Yeah, we're going to overshoot the Kerbal Space Center, aren't we? By quite a long shot. Well, not by all that much actually, but we are going to overshoot. Oh, something was recovered. 90% distance, 100% speed. Recovery percentage 90%. So that was the stacked decoupler, fuel tank, the Terrier. Right, so that was that stage recovered. So that's not bad. There goes the Space Center underneath us. Data received on temperature scan. What? What was that all about? Oh, that's the science received from the stage that we ditched. So that's pretty handy. So let's dump that. We are slowing down now. Hopefully we're going to slow down enough to deploy our parachute before we hit the ground. Yeah, we're going to have no problem. No problem. My goodness, was that actually a successful mission? Have we actually done a live stream week without losing any Kerbals? That's probably going to say safe now. No, it still says unsafe. Okay. Because our G-force is too high, maybe? Or our speed's too high? Risky. Safe. Oh. Made a dodgy noise, though. We're coming down. That will pop at 1,000. I think we did it, guys. Have we had a crew report from here? Oh, we've got a crew report on board. Okay, we won't risk that then. And sploosh. Okay. Valentina, you are a star. Let's recover this vessel and see if there's any debris to recover as well. But we have unlocked a fair chunk of science with that mission, I think. And a fair chunk of funds. Where are we at with funds? 251,000 funds. 143.5 science. And 191 reputation. And Valentina Kerman has advanced to level 1. Which means she now has access to those lock to Apo and lock to Perry options when she's flying. 143.5 science, which means we can unlock something in here which we want to unlock. Let's just check, see if we've got any debris floating around, landed anywhere that we need to recover. No, we don't. Excellent. No debris. 0 debris. 2 entire live stream episodes. No debris. And we've recovered most of what we've launched, which has been pretty good. So, into the science building, we have electrics, which gives us solar panels, which we're going to need if we have any chance of setting up a space station. Or we've got MRS docking helper. Why does docking always seem to happen in the dark? If you are frequently running into this problem, then perhaps you need a docking helper, an illuminated ring to help make your docking ports more visible. That's pretty cool. Along with the Clampotron Junior docking port. That's the 0.625 meter one though, so you can only dock tiny little things on it. Space exploration. Now this is interesting. These are small containers to go in a thing that I don't think we've unlocked yet. Or have we? Have we unlocked some part that we're able to put those in? I don't think we have. Or was it one of the starting parts that we got? No. That's a bit weird. So we've unlocked this. We can unlock this. That's the habitat, the planetary habitat. We've unlocked these weird kind of quarter circle things, but we haven't unlocked anything to put them in. Which I'm pretty sure that's a payload bay. Pretty sure is in one of the other sections. There you go. That's an 8 times K&K modular storage. That's a 4 times storage. So we need that before we can use what's unlocked in there. How bizarre. Now that has the press map barometer in it, which is always good for science. However, this has solar panels and the Probodobodobodine core and lights and a thermal control system and a battery. Anything else interesting? Any of these? See, fuel ducts would be handy. More of these quarter tank things. Radial tanks, quarter jumbo. There's a lot of interesting stuff to unlock that we've not had in KSP Live before because I haven't had these mods running. If we're going to look at putting up a space station, we're going to want solar panels. General construction, that's where the 2 times modular storage thing is. So we could unlock that and that would give us that. Right, okay, fair enough. So I think we're going to unlock these solar panels for 90 science. That leaves us 53, so we can actually unlock general construction, which gives us struts and that quarter storage thing ready for when we need that. Space planes can come later. But we're going to unlock that general construction as well, which means the whole of tier 4 is now available for us to unlock once we've built up the science for those. So there we go. I mean, that's not been too bad. That's been quite successful, I think. I'm a little bit curious to find out what the extra solar panels will actually do. I'm wondering if they are something we can put in a service bay and then unfold, because normally that kind of thing doesn't unlock till later. But they look like... See, these look like they are... No. Small mount to attach, detach and reattach. Oh, that's the container thing. Where's the other one of those that I saw? There. Welded together. Right, so it's not deployable. Static solar panels. Okay, for some reason I thought that said that they were deployable. But they are not. They are static. Which is fine, but we do need solar panels, so we are going to have to put some solar panels on at some point. Curious to find out what we can do with that modular thing that we've unlocked. We can't do anything with it yet, I don't believe, but soon we will be able to. So there we go. That's all very interesting stuff. We've also unlocked the stability enhancer and the start of the parts for a planetary colony. So we can have a look at a colony at some point. I imagine this is going to be quite tricky to piece together because it looks like it's a lot of bits and pieces to try and hook together. It's going to be a lot of docking ports and attaching this to that and things like that. Unless the Kerbal attachment system can attach them, which would be pretty cool. Can I live stream Minecraft later? Not this evening. It's 5 to 11 at night here at the moment. I don't generally stream Minecraft. I mean, if the community really wants it, if enough people want it, then I would consider streaming Minecraft. But at the moment, I won't be doing it this evening. But if you subscribe, and if there's enough demand for it, who knows? Who knows? Maybe we will. I am kind of leaning towards a more kind of community-driven channel with my Like for More series and things like that. So hopefully the community can tell me when they want me to stop creating certain series and things like that. I haven't yet set up a system for people to actually suggest what they want me to put on the channel. But by all means, add comments to videos and things like that. And of course, in this chat, in the live stream. And I do consider everything that people suggest, whether or not it's viable, if it's valid to the general audience that tend to watch my streams. However, there we go. The Stellar Gazer 3 was our successful orbital craft. I might stick Chronal Vessel Viewer on, so that we can have like a breakdown blueprint view of this craft, because that would be quite cool to have a look at. And I might consider posting builds as well if people want. If people want to see the builds uploaded to ellitopia.com or something like that, then maybe I would have a look at posting my builds up as well, the craft files. Obviously at the moment they're not all that interesting, but later on they might be quite interesting builds, so I'd be quite happy to post those up so that other people can make use of them, depending on where it goes. So there we go. So having unlocked some new technology, we've put Valentina Kerman up to level 1, so she's had a career boost. We've picked up 251,000 funds and our reputation is skyrocketing. We have no outstanding contracts. That is a very good place for us to call this stream to a close. So thank you for watching, everybody. If you're watching this live, don't forget to subscribe so that you get notifications next time we go live. If you're watching this on the highlights on YouTube, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe to let me know that you guys want to see more of KSP Live. Thank you for watching, guys. Join us next week and hopefully we will be maybe heading to the moon next week on the stream. Don't forget also that once we hit 750 subscribers on the channel, we will be doing our special charity live stream, which will be the live real-time flight to the moon here in Kerbal Space Program. Hopefully to be joined by Scott Manley, maybe one of the guys from Squad, although it seems like scheduling is going to be pretty tough with the guys from Squad. And we might be able to get some other celebrity guests to come and join us, or maybe just some other KSP players, some KSP streamers, KSP YouTubers, to come and join us. If so, that will make it a bit more interesting, and hopefully will generate some more funds for the Child's Play charity, which is the charity that we're going to be supporting for that stream. So thank you for watching, everybody. I've been El Bristow, this has been Ellitopia Gaming, and you've been watching KSP Live, and I will see you next time. See you later.